How do we forecast model your retirement future? Let me show you an example. Who are we talking about? A 55-year-old with $100K in qualifying money and an IRA, 401K, or brokerage account? They believe that a 7% growth average is realistic over time, and they would like a 6% income over their retirement, while most brokerages recommend only a 4% withdrawal to make sure that money lasts for longer periods of time. Of course, we can change any of these numbers to see your view of your future. There are two generally accepted basic market decline averages that are out there from history but rarely discussed with clients. Either a 15 to 20% drop every 18 months in the market, or a 40% average every 60 months. Now I want you to hold on to your chair so you don't fall out. The first market decline scenario often ends up with a CAGR, or compound growth rate, of less than 1%. The second ends up with a CAGR of a negative number in the range of negative 1% to 0. If you use historical growth, you should match it with historical declines, don't you think? This often clarifies why many ask, why does my retirement account not seem to grow except by my additional contributions? Remember our FIRE strategy. F is a 0% floor, IA is income from assets, and AR is allocation of risk. And remember our 4 categories of assets: assets at risk, non-performing assets, underperforming assets, and fully performing assets. These are now becoming acutely important to your future. In this scenario, the assets at risk in the market are being outperformed by non-performing assets in a bank. You can model this scenario from age 21 to 90 by changing the numbers you desire so that you can see your future and learn from it. If you don't touch your market account in red above sources of funds, which you are likely to hear every time it goes down, don't sell. From age 55 to 100, it will decline to around $35,000 and lost unrecoverable 45 years of time. This is not a growth engine by any definition. This is the secret sauce where Wall Street has you fooled. But remember what Mark Twain said, it's easier to fool people than convince them they're being fooled. Below in blue, sources of funds, if you don't touch your fully performing asset retirement account from age 55 to 100, it could grow to over $2 million or higher by a 7.16% CAGR. The gap between assets at risk and fully performing assets continues to expand over time. It has the following critical guarantees or pillars: guaranteed present value, guaranteed future value, uncapped gains, never lose money, never run out of money, increasing income, and increasing generational wealth. Now let's examine what happens when you withdraw from your market retirement account at 6% annually. Routine losses causes account value declines. Withdrawals cause account value declines. Income declines at the same withdrawal rate, and the account is consuming itself. If the withdrawal is maintained at the same dollar amount, the account runs out of money too soon. Unexpected expenses are likely to dismantle the retirement funds further, and over $250,000 in gains will be consumed. The risk taken does not appear to bring a reward of any kind. Now, let's examine what happens when you withdraw from your fully performing asset account in blue. 1, the account value increases, income increases annually, see the black dots. The gap between an asset at risk account and a fully performing asset expands over time. Your CAGR is still above 7% in a fully performing asset at the numbers specified. This is a hypothetical example, and even if your numbers are exactly the same, the future will be different. That's the purpose of modeling. With assets at risk, the numbers could be higher or lower, all the way down to 0. With a fully performing asset, it could be higher or lower, but you never lose money to the market. This is where the Rule of 100 challenges the mythical Rule of 1000, which is a Peter Pan scenario. You'll never grow up. Are you ready to see your custom forecast numbers now? You might be asking, why has no one ever shown me this before? And I wish I'd started 20 years ago. Now here's a side-by-side bonus, which is why we call it the $1 Million Hour. It's not promising you $1 million, but we are asking, is this your best doorway? What should be your allocation of risk? Maybe the Rule of 100, 75, or 50? Here's where you'll find your gaps below. Never lose money, compounding, cash flow, estimated total income, generational wealth, accumulation of losses, and compound accelerated growth rate. It's much easier to mind your gap for the retirement future by clarity instead of confusion. If you think your future could be different, schedule your $1 Million Hour today. Click on the link below.